of July, traditionally known as Independence Day. Sadly, folks, today we're not even celebrating. We're just, I don't know what the right word is, calling attention to Dependence Day, because that's what we all are. We're becoming very dependent. The truth is, for all true-blooded Americans, every day is July 4th. Unfortunately, for most of the people in Washington, every day is April 15th. Now, I got to be honest, I stole that line from Ronald Reagan. So I thought I'd give you a few more quotes. The internet's great for these. These are all Ronald Reagan quotes. If we ever forget that we're one nation under God, then we will be one nation gone under. Yeah. No arsenal or weapon in the arsenals of the world is as formidable as the will and the moral courage of free men and free women. The taxpayer, that's someone who works for the federal government but doesn't have to take the civil service exam. Government is like a baby, an elementary canal with a big appetite at one end and no sense of responsibility at the other. And my favorite, government's view of the economy could be summed up in a few short phrases. If it moves, tax it. If it keeps moving, regulate it. And if it stops moving, subsidize it. I stole this from my wife's kitchen. Please remind me to take it back. I'll be in big trouble. By the way, you're all here because somebody loved you enough to tell you, or we had an email that some friend emailed you. We don't have any funds. We're not passing the basket. But please register. There's people out here at these tables, kind of right behind this first group. And we just need a name and an address and an email so that we can keep you updated on what's going on. I'm in control of them. I promise you we're not selling it to anybody. Why don't you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the light of the bride and the hope of the
Thank you, Theo. Theo Freed. She also does birthday parties for your grandkids, singing happy birthday, just in case. We've got a big crowd here today. How many are not from Perrysburg? Whoa, okay. We were supposed to get somebody from Louisville. Did that person show? How about Cleveland? I know there was somebody coming from Cleveland. Is there? Great, welcome. For any of you that aren't familiar with Perrysburg, You're standing on a piece of property that's very historical. It was once known as Corncob Hill. It was here that the farmers shelled their corn, and they lowered them by a hopper to the grain elevator down at the bottom of this hill to the river. Behind us stands the statue of Commodore Perry, winner of the Battle of Lake Erie. But few of you know about the statue behind me. Back in the late 1800s, there was a desire among people living here to honor local soldiers who died in the Civil War. The idea actually went away because the people voted down, interestingly, a tax to pay for the monument. And then in 1901, private citizens volunteered and gathered the money to pay for the statue. And then another patriot, Mr. Hood, which this park is named after, Hood Park, paid for the property and donated it. And today, various organizations and garden clubs and individuals help in its upkeep. And in case I forget it, I'm just asking that we don't leave anything here today but your footprints. So when we leave, we're going to keep it as nice as when we found it. Down about 2 miles from here, more history, Fort Meigs, the War of 1812, a war over free trade and sailors' rights and the control of the Northwest Territory. And across the Maumee River and down a little bit, the Battle of Fallen Timbers with man Anthony Wayne. Very historical area. I want to introduce our first speaker today, one of my best friends. I talk to him probably almost as much as I talk to my wife, because he answers his cell phone. Tom Grogan, a native of Toledo, graduated from Central Catholic and went to the University of Toledo, got a degree in business and a master's degree in business administration from Columbia University after serving 2 years in the Army. Tom is married to his wonderful wife Sue, and they have 3 beautiful daughters and 2 gorgeous granddaughters. He told me to say that, and they are though. I just met one of them today. Tom has been in the real estate business for most of his adult life. Being involved in business all of his life has given him a perspective and a vital interest in the impact, for good or ill, of a government that is too big to fail or go away. As Mark Levin says, if a government fears the people, that leads to liberty. But if the people fear the government, that leads to tyranny. Please welcome Tom.
Thank you, and welcome to the second tea party here at Hood Park. And yes, I do answer this thing, but I have it turned off now. Today we celebrate the 223rd anniversary. Okay, that better? Yeah. All right. Today we celebrate the 223rd anniversary of the founding of our beloved country. And I emphasize beloved. And as we celebrate, we also meet, as did our founding fathers, with a very important purpose before it. We don't just celebrate. We have a purpose. We have an agenda, a very important one. One of the events which led to the founding of our country